Drinking buddies, I have finally collected all of the Weller Infinity Stones. I now have the power to snap half of all taters out of existence.
I'm your drinking buddy.
Well, drinking buddies, so here's the deal. I have the CYPB here, not the WLW, but the WLW felt like it should be in the middle. I guess we could do that. Anyway, I have been hunting Weller for at least 3 years, a little longer, like 3.5 years. The first one I ever landed was this bottle of Full Proof here, and it's okay. Then I realized, things like this 107, even this Weller Special Reserve are pretty good. This 12 year is phenomenal. This and 107 is really solid, and then I do find the single barrel to be a little bit of a letdown for how crazy people go for it. And then the Weymouth Weller is the best whiskey on earth. So what happens when you collect all of these whiskeys? Absolutely nothing. I do not get a prize. I don't even get little Blanton stoppers to spell out the word Weller. What was the point of me spending hours and hours and hours hunting all of this? Well, I guess it's so that I can enjoy some good whiskey. But I think we should rank all of these bottles, and we should enjoy this Weller CYPB. So first, we're going to enjoy the Weller CYPB, and then we're going to rank every Weller bottle. Let's go. So on the nose, it's very cherry cola for me. Little hint of a grain note, but it's subtle, not at the forefront. Yeah, it's got a little bit of mustiness, like damp books or like a wet stump in the middle of a meadow, and there's deer grazing everywhere, and it's a beautiful scene. See, that just lives up to expectation for me, 1000%. It's got a little bit more proof on it than the Weller 12. This one's 95 proof. So it's got just a little bit more proof on it, but it doesn't taste like it has more proof on it. It tastes like it's about like 85, 90. Pretty low on the heat specter. Good mouthfeel, very syrupy. I'd say bourbon, vanilla, cherry, syrup, oak. This is a great pour, great pour. Let's rank them. So out of a possible 7, number 7, Weller Special Reserve. It's good, but it's a $25 bottle for a reason. No one should be paying more than $30 for this bottle. It's not worth it. It's a good bottom shelf weeder. That's all it is. It's comparable to Maker's Mark and Larceny. It's a little better than Larceny, probably on par with Maker's Mark. Sometimes I prefer this one. Sometimes I prefer the Maker's Mark. Depends upon what mood I'm in. But the truth is, it is in that category, bottom shelf weeders. It's nothing that special. Don't pay more than $30 for it. Next up, I have to put the single barrel in 6th place because it is just such a disappointment. It's barely better than this Special Reserve, and people pay hundreds of dollars for this bottle, and it's just not worth it. It's not as good as the rest of these bottles up here. It's just not. It is overrated as heck, and yeah, it's just not my jam. Maybe because it's a single barrel, I got one that's not that great, but next up, I know this is controversial because people love this bottle, but I've never had a pick, and I hear that if you get a pick, it's excellent. The regular Weller Full Proof is not that special to me. I like Stag Junior and a lot of the other barrel proof offerings from Buffalo Trace a lot more than this one. This bottle that I have here, I don't know if this is every Weller Full Proof or not, but this one tastes so much like peanuts. Every time I'm drinking it blind, I think I'm drinking Booker's. It's so peanutty, which is not something I ever taste off Buffalo Trace, so very, very weird. Next up, I'm going to go with 107. I do love the Weller 107. I think it's an excellent bottle. And now we're getting in the territory of the good bottles that are really, really worth hunting for. And I will say caveat on these two. I think this would be number 1 and number 2. Oh, sorry, number 2 and number 3 on this list if we're talking store picks. If we're talking store picks, yes, these guys all day, every day. But just the standard bottles, this is the fourth best for me. It's still great. That one's worth hunting. Buy it if you see it. Next up, we're going to have to go with 12. Weller 12 is a great bottle. It is underrated at this point because some people like to trash on it, but it's great. It's a 12-year-old wheated bourbon. It's the same bot juice as Pappy Van Winkle Lot B, but you can buy it for $40 when you can find it. I know it's a unicorn, but I have bought it for $40 twice. So it is obtainable. It is possible. You just got to be in a raffle, or you got to show up to one of those events where you wait in line where they're dropping a whole bunch of bottles. If you do that, you will get a Weller 12. I mean, it is a great bottle. But slightly better than Weller 12 is Weller CYPB. That extra proof on it is just what the doctor ordered. It is a great pour. I think that, I just opened this and I still stand by it. Brown sugar and cherry coming through on this thing for days. Great, great bottle, but not anywhere near as good as our number one, which you guys should have known number one was going to be. I'm sure you guys all knew number one was going to be the WLW, William Lure Weller. This is barrel proof. Barrel proof Weller 12, barrel proof Van Winkle Lot B, barrel proof Pappy Van Winkle, whatever you want to call it. It is the best whiskey ever made, bar none. Fight me in the comments. Tell me how wrong I am. Well, drinking buddies, now that I have all of the Weller Infinity Stones, should I use this power for good or for evil? Tell me below in the comments. When do I get my cool membership card for collecting them? When do I get the gauntlet that I hold them all in? I don't know. All this information I'm not sure of because I'm new to it. But thank you so much for watching. We will see you on the next one.